Hello again, Math A Honors students. My recording paused me, so I had to restart again. So picking up where we left off on number 7, we were finding the perimeter of the irregular shape. We found was 30x plus 24. In order to find out what the perimeter of this figure is, if x equals 2.5, I plugged in 2.5 into my expression. So 2.5 is also 5 over 2. So 30 divided by 2 is 15, and 15 times 5 is 75. So I added 75 plus 24 to get 99 units. All right, moving on to number 8. Find the area and perimeter of the figure below. So if I were to use method 2 and break this up into shapes that I knew, one of the shapes is a rectangle and one of the shapes is a triangle. So I'm going to add them together. So the area of the rectangle is 9a times 4. And the area of the triangle does have some missing measurements. For the area of the triangle, we do need the missing measurement of the base, and we also need the height. Since the entire length right here is 10, and we have a length over here is 4, 10 minus 4 is equal to 6. So the height of this triangle would be 6. The base of this triangle, we know that this is 9a and this is 5a. So if we subtract 9a minus 5a, we would get 4a for the base of this triangle. So when doing the formula for area of a triangle, we need 1/2 base times height. Okay, let's simplify this a little bit further. 9 times 4 is 36. And we put a afterwards. And then 1/2 of 24 is 12. And we add our a afterwards. Okay, since these are like terms, we can combine them together. So this becomes 48a. I'm going to put units squared since I don't know what my units are for the area. All right, for perimeter, we are going to add up all of the outside lengths. We start with the bottom. We have 9a plus 4 plus 5a plus 7 plus 10. I'm going to look for any like terms. I do see 9a and 5a as my like terms. So that's going to become 14a. And all my numbers added together are 21. And in order to complete the problem, I need to put my units afterwards for perimeter. All right, we're going on to our last page, page 21. So on problem number 9, it says find the area of the gray part of the figure below. So I'm going to use method 1, where we do the area of the bigger circle and subtract it from the area of the little circle. So we don't have the measurements of the radiuses of these circles. They're given in letters J and H. So I'm just going to plug those into our formula for pi r squared for area of a circle. So for the area of the big circle, we're going to do pi times j squared. And for the area of the little circle, I'm going to do pi times h squared. All right, so I'm going to write this in a nicer format. Since they both have pi in this expression, I'm going to undistribute or factor out the pi and just leave the j squared and the h squared left in my expression. And since I don't know the units, I'm going to write units squared since we're using area. All right, so for the last one, number 10, we need to find, using the figure below, it shows a circle and a rectangle. Find the area of the shaded region and its perimeter. So we're going to be doing 2 steps for this problem and use pi equals 3.14. All right, so for the area of this figure, I want to find the area of this rectangle, and I want to subtract 1/2 of the circle's area. So the area of this rectangle, we're going to use the expression 2x and 3x for our dimensions, and I'm going to take away 1/2 of the area of a circle. Since the full length of the circle, the diameter is 2x, then the radius would be half of that. It would be x. So I'm going to use the formula pi times radius squared, but instead of radius, I'm going to use x squared. All right, let's simplify this a little bit further. 2 times 3 is 6. When we multiply x values together, we are going to add our exponents or get x squared. Think of it as like a square. When you're multiplying two values together, like x and x, go back to your tiles, x times x is x squared. Okay, so then we're going to do a half of 3.14. A half of 3.14 is approximately 1.57. So now I notice that in both terms, I have a common x squared value that I can factor out of my expression, leaving the 6 and the 1.57 left that I can replace inside my parentheses. Now I'm going to subtract 6 minus 1.57 and get approximately 443, and I can now write x squared. And let's write unit squared because we do not know what our units are in this case. All right, last step, we're moving on to perimeter. So perimeter, we're going to add up everything around the border. So we're going to start with 3x. We also, around the border, have another 3x. So I need to add that to my border. And a 2x. And then I also have half of a circle. So I need to use the circumference formula to find half of a circle's circumference. Since the diameter of the circle was 2x, I'm going to multiply the diameter times pi. I'm dividing by 2 because we're using a half of a circle. All right, so let's go ahead and combine our like terms. I have 3x, 3x, and 2x. So I'm going to combine that to become 8x. And I'm going to simplify this a little bit further. I can cancel out the 2, so I just have pi times x. Again, both terms have an x value, so I'm going to factor out that x value. And I'm going to add together 8 plus 3.14. 8 plus 3.14 is 11.14, and I'm going to put x. And again, we don't know our units, so I'm going to put units. All right, Math A Honors students, thank you so much for joining us today, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.